Boards. Gay, 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 games. Boards games, boards games, that's what we're playing tonight. Boards games, boards games. And that is maybe what's right, and that's what is forgotten. So,
Well,
board
it's very,
games
very
are
close to the opening theme tunes to the Muppet Show, isn't it?
So we are on Tuesday. We're going to play some games that we're just going to try out. And tonight it's all about wits and wagers and 3MELL. But first of all, let's have a little introduction if we can. So I am Bez, and if you're watching this, you probably know who I am. I've made games like Yogi and Kitty Cataclysm and stuff for the L deck. And coincidentally, speaking of the L deck, here is Elaine.
Hello, I'm Elaine.
Not that you have anything to do with the L deck, just that
No.
you put L as EL.
You didn't name it after me.
Of course I did.
Thank you.
There is even one of the cards that is EL on it.
Nice.
So we will see if that comes up tonight or not. So, what are some of your favourite things to do, Elaine?
My favourite things. I like to play board games. I like to watch films. I like to go for walks. I like playing with the dog. I like cuddling with the dog. It's mostly things that involve dogs, honestly.
What sort of dog have you got?
Jack Russell.
Well, my favourite dog, actually. It's my favourite dog. They're
Mine
very
too.
intelligent.
Yeah, she's very naughty sometimes too.
Well, I think that there's a lot of people who can get behind dogs. I know that Alan Outson, who's been here before, will say dogs are better than cats. I mean...
Oh, for sure.
Why not have both?
She gets on really well with cats, so we could get a cat as well, yeah.
I mean, I just don't want to go down this whole, one over the other. I don't like picking favourites.
No, that's fair.
It's lovely to have you here, Elaine, and
Thank
of
you.
course, you're well
Lovely
known
to
for
be here.
singing songs about board games, such as board
Yes,
games
badly.
not being edible.
This is true.
And-
Board games are not food.
Wow.
Board games are not food.
No, they are
Some
not.
board games are food, I think. There's like a recipe book.
That is absolutely true. Jen Sandercock bucks the trend. So shout out to Jen Sandercock, who makes edible board games. And also there's this one person in the UK, I keep forgetting their name. And I feel really bad because every time I mention Jen Sandercock, I feel I should be talking about this other person as well. They wrote the Poison Dice, which is basically you've got these edible dice. They look like real dice, like sets of polyhedrals, but one of them tastes really nasty. And you're it's like a deduction game, sort of.
I mean, real dice taste really nasty if you eat them too, so...
What about that well-known fast food chain of burgers that does that Monopoly game as well?
Oh, sure.
You can't eat that.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one. I never managed to get a figure. They sold out. And I was like, what's the point then?
So, James,
Hello.
what are some of your favourite things, and what do you tend to enjoy?
I'll keep it PG for this one. I just enjoy normal things, really. Sort of, socialising with friends, playing games. When we can socialise, that is. I like cooking. I like obviously eating quite a bit as well. Just the simple pleasures in life. Been growing a few flowers and plants at home to keep me company, and just appreciate the simple things. Last night I went to the woods and saw some badgers playing, which was quite nice.
Oh,
yeah, it was really
That's
nice.
lovely.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. yeah, just simple things at the moment. Nothing too exciting.
I think it's super important to be in touch with nature in these times right now. We had this discussion just before we started recording. But Tiz, have you gotten a chance to be out in nature? So Tiz, if you want to introduce yourself a little bit, is an artist and has made giant bouncy castles and
Wow.
Oh, wow.
are
Love bouncy
paintings
castles.
on the floor for people to check out. And we are co-designing the game Seize the Power together.
That is
Nice.
correct. And I also lately have been playing a lot of basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah, it's a
Oh.
new thing for me. So it's not like I have a background on that. It's just I decided to get a basketball. There's a lot of places to play around my area. So it's been good. I love it.
Mm.
So that's my highlight. I also on the weekend had the chance to go to Seven Sisters in Britain. It's lovely. It's basically 7 big how do you call it, cliffs.
Mm.
That are basically the material is like chalk, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just purely white. It's extremely beautiful. Highly recommend to anybody that is very close. Definitely worth the trip. And if you feel there, you're near the beach, the smell, the sound, is just, it neutralizes your body.
I love the
in a way,
beach
I
so
guess.
much.
Mhm.
I love the sea.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it reminds me of my home, Mexico.
Oh.
I'm from Mexico City, so I don't have a beach nearby. But when I was very young, I used to go a lot to one that's called Puerto Vallarta, and I used to go like once or twice a year. And it's really part of my DNA in a way.
Mm.
I've been to Cancun once. That was nice.
Well, we say that Cancun is more like the United States, because
It's like a touristy place, isn't it? Yeah, very
yeah,
touristy.
extremely. Yeah, sometimes like they give you the price in dollars and not in Mexican pesos, so
Oh,
it's
wow.
that bad. But if you go to the downtown area, you can actually see very nice places, especially the beaches and the sites nearby. It's just Cancun has grown out of proportion in a way, especially with big hotels and international brands and stuff like that. But it's nice though.
wow. And so, continuing to build up the big, international thing, because whilst not everyone here is native from the UK, we've got someone who isn't even in the UK right now. So, Lolvi, the French them.
The
Is this a new title you've got for yourself?
Usually I call myself Lolve, the French one, and I realize people still assume my gender, so I was like, oh, could I tell people that I'm French, but I'm non-binary? And I was like, the French them. Both a title and a pronoun.
Nice.
Perfect.
Nice.
Thank you.
That is pretty nice. And we've heard that you are facilitating board games for kids and working in schools. Do you want to, and this is something that's apparently quite popular in France, called the Ludothèque. Do you want to
Yes.
say anything else about yourself?
Actually, the Ludothèque that I'm part of is part of a non-profit association. I'm aimed to work in the humanitarian field. Later, I would like to say like that my life is more about like the thing I love, which are books and poem and drawing and stuff like that. But really, it's also a very big part of my life is building community and helping people. So I'd say I guess it sums up. And I don't agree that dogs are better than cats. I think both are very, very likable pets, and we shouldn't put them one against the other. You know, we should just love all of them and
I
adopt
agree.
all of them. And I miss my cat very much right
Ah,
now.
Yeah, preach it.
I would have all the
Do you have
dogs
any
and
strong
cats in the
views
world.
on ragu de legume?
So James really wants to hear about ragu de legume, apparently. Do you have anything to say on this topic, Lolvi?
I didn't even add the word ragu de what?
Legume.
Oh, you mean a ratatouille?
Yeah, basically a vegetable stew.
Yeah, we call that ratatouille.
There you go.
Oh,
James.
really? Is that the same thing
Yes.
then?
Well, hence the
Maybe it's
movie.
something different, but something that must also be remembered is I grew up in the Vietnamese community of South France. So maybe
Wow.
some very French meal I might never add in my life because my mother Vietnamese.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
And so
honestly, this
like
is a
the most
whole
French thing I
conversation.
might never have heard of.
This is a whole conversation that started because ages ago, I back in the days before isolation, like back if you remember, maybe 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
I don't remember those days.
Back in those old heady days when we used to go to conventions and have people over to our houses, I used to make a big pot, and James said, and I think I was speaking to someone else in French, and I said, "J'ai cuisiné les ragoûts de légumes." And James said, "Oh, ragoût de légumes, that sounds quite sexy. It kind of sounds like you could have a perfume of it, like ragoût de légumes." And I said, "No, it doesn't sound
Yes.
sexy at all."
You smell like an
I think
aubergine.
I think
the
in
French
French you
name
can take any kind of random
is-
sort of sentence and make it sound interesting.
is actually pot au feu for what you made.
Pot au feu.
Because there is a ratatouille and the pot au feu, which is basically you just put different vegetable and you in a stew and you just cook them together, and depending on the region you are from, you can also add like some meat, but yeah, pot au feu.
I
Or
could just
probably
imagine
pot
like
au
the
feu,
advert
yes.
for that. Le pot-au-feu, parfum pour faire. Yeah, I can just imagine that.
So it doesn't matter what you put on it. It's just like a pot with vegetables and stuff. And that's
Why does every French word sound like a perfume to you, James?
I don't know why, it just does, doesn't it? It's amazing. It's a brilliant
Yes,
language.
exactly. It is. It's like
J'ai à
it's
cuisiner
more
le
like a
pot au feu.
technique. It's more a matter of a technique than a matter of what you put into it.
okay. It's like a concept.
Yes.
There we
Like
go.
it's not a soup, and it's not like mashed vegetable together. It's a pot au feu.
Pot-au-feu. We learned a new word today, Bez. That's good, isn't it? You see, there's something new. I like that.
So we're going to be starting
glad.
off with wits and wagers, and if anyone wants to join in, hello to everyone watching. You are totally able to join in just by typing stuff in the comments. Wits and wagers is all about answering some bewildering questions and then betting who was the closest without going over. That's the important thing. And then in the last round, we'll be allowed to bet all our previous winnings. Now, the easiest way to learn this is just to get stuck in. We're going to have a question. For example, the question might be, what percentage, lots of these are US-based, by the way, so I'm actually checking to find the least US-centric ones on these questions. Oh, and I should say, this is actually a really lovely game from Dominic Crapuchettes, North Star Games. They make good games. And that is the thing.
I once played a game that I think it asked something like, how much did 2 pounds of peanuts cost in 1957 in America? And I just went, I have no idea. Like,
£2?
I have no idea. No.
Do you even think in pounds
I
anymore?
know it's about 4 kilos.
Okay, I would not have realised that.
Oh
Is
my
that
God.
right?
It
Or the
must be
opposite?
very
I can't remember.
crazy.
1 kilo. I don't know. I have no idea. I know it's one way or the other. Anyway, so I'm so
So
sorry.
we're going to start off with a somewhat US-centric question, but I think this is kind of interesting. What percentage of the US population, and this is based in 2005 because this is an old version of the game, what percentage of the US population was born outside of the USA?
In 1950.
In 2005.
Oh,
So it's according
2005,
to
sorry.
the US Census Bureau on 1st of July 2005.
Should we write it on a piece of paper? Or
No,
what do we do?
we're going to have some house rules, and I know that this gives a big disadvantage to certain people, but we're just going to go round, starting with a different person each time. So for this round, I'm going to start, and I'm going to guess 37. That is my guess. 37%.
Wow.
So what do you guess, Elaine?
Oh gosh, that's really hard. I'm like making notes. I don't know. 46.
46. James, what do you think?
So the percentage of people that were born in America that were Americans.
The percentage of people born in America who are not, the percentage of people living in America in 2005 who were not born in America.
I'm not born.
Who are not born in America yet.
10%.
Okay, hold on. I'm just going to. I should have asked that to start, by the way. What colours would everyone like to be? I'm going to Bagsy Red.
Pink.
You can be. Who wants pink? There's no pink. There's purple.
No, purple then. Sorry.
Purple for James, 10. And Elaine, do you have a favourite colour?
Yellow, if possible, please. Unless someone else would desperately like to be yellow, then I'm happy not to be.
I think 46. Says Orlolvi. Blue, orange,
I
green,
want
or green?
orange. I want the orange one, if it's okay with you, Teeth.
Okay.
Yes, of course. I'll take the green.
Green. Okay. So.
And that is actually the color that I wanted to take, so it's quite nice.
Yeah, perfect.
That worked out really well.
So carrying on. So we've got 10, 37, 46. Tiz, what's your answer? What percentage of US citizens were not born in the USA in 2005?
I'm going to go for 25.
25. And finally, Lolvi.
I'll say, 44.
44, are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Just because I said 46, so going to put them all into the... So putting them in order, we've got James has 10, Tiz has 25, I've got 37, Lolvi 44, and Elaine is 46. And I'm just going to make my one a little bit bigger. And so now, everyone think about who you think is the closest. And in the comments, if you want to take part, you can, and I'll keep track of your score. So you've got to just think, who do you think is the closest without going over? Write their name on a bit of paper and get ready to show it. If you're in the comments, just type it. Is everyone ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nearly. I didn't get the time to
Okay,
get a piece of paper.
I've made my choice.
Can I vote for myself?
Yes, you can. You can totally vote for yourself. That is a thing you can do. Everyone ready? Don't tell us. It's meant to be simultaneous reveal. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Tis,
I
Bez,
can't.
tis, and tis. Okay. Everyone
Wow.
picks tis except for tis.
Am I
So-
right or?
The answer is, what percentage? It is 11.1%.
Oh, I
So
was close.
actually, James and apparently the number of foreign-born US residents is greater than the population of Canada. So we all expected more, although I should point out that's down to the consensus. So maybe lots of the people didn't want to put this on the consensus, or maybe a lot of people weren't part of the consensus because maybe they were there, I don't know, illegally.
Wow.
I just realized.
Yeah, that's true. I highly doubt that number counts the illegal immigrants, of course.
So in the final analysis, James gets a point for being the closest without getting over. And no one else gets a point because no one else had any faith in James.
I don't get a point for.
I didn't have faith in James.
Belief.
No, it's just about either being correct or voting for the correct person. That is the way that the game works.
I was so far off. Like,
I mean, wow, 11%. I would have definitely thought it was.
it's barely any, is it?
Like 15 maybe or something.
So the next question, and we're going to start this one starting from Elaine and working.
Oh no.
So, in what year was basketball invented? By gym teacher James Naismith. And if you want to see how you spell the person's name, I'm covering up the back so I don't see.
Oh no, it's okay. No, it's all right. I don't need to be able to see how to spell the name. 1826.
Okay, so we've got a guess of 1826.
That's really hard. It could be like Stone Age or anything beyond that. I've no idea.
Well, that's why I say that they are kind of bewildering questions. So 1896.
No, 1826.
26. Okay.
I pulled that number out of the air.
Who was the inventor, Bez?
The inventor was named James Naismith.
And where are they from?
I have no idea. No Googling.
No, I'm not Googling it. I'm just curious whether it was a British invention or an American invention or something else.
Well, since I'm guessing it was American, I'm not sure. Just because, you know, Americans like gym teachers, like that feels. Although to be fair, they would just use the American word for other nationalities as well.
Because I'm kind of guessing that to invent basketball, you need to invent the actual ball, and the ball's made out of material that is so bouncy and rubbery. It's fairly modern, isn't it? It's not like the sort of ball you can just invent.
But it might have not been that material as well.
What would you
At the
use then?
beginning.
So, yeah.
It could
Then
have
it'd
been
be
played
netball, then, wouldn't it?
differently,
It wouldn't bounce.
but maybe it had different rules, like netball rules, where you can't drop it. Or, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so James, you've got to pick a date.
I'm leaning towards the 50s, but that's probably too late. So I'm going to say 1932.
1932.
I mean, that's just a ridiculous year, but I just can't think of anything. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I just feel like, I don't know. Yeah, it's really hard.
But I think even college basketball is a relatively new invention. I don't know whether it was. I can't think of many examples of like pre-war basketball that I've heard of. Don't know.
So I'm just deleting a comment. So, Tiz, what's your guess?
May I ask, what do we have so far?
So you've got 1826 or 1932. So we think that basketball was invented within the past 200 years.
That's incredible. I'm gonna go for 1928.
1928. Okay. And Lolvi.
This is super hard because I wanted to do something like 17 stuff, and you're all so far ahead that I'm like, okay, I must be wrong. But what if I'm right?
Right, what if you're right?
Yes, it's impossible. Like it's a conundrum.
And remember,
I don't
it's the
want to do that.
closest without going over. So if you think it might be before 1826, you should just go ridiculously early.
I don't know. Yes, I don't care being wrong in front of your fan base, so I will say 1774.
17.
It's okay if I'm ridiculous in front of the world. I can do that.
I am going to be tactical. I'm going to go for 1932.
We can all be ridiculous together.
Yes.
Because I was actually, when I was in Mexico, they was talking about a Mayan game they played years and years ago, hundreds of years ago, using a rubber ball and like fire on it.
Yeah,
So-
but
so maybe
it's a very different game, though.
I
wouldn't
thinking about
consider it a predecessor of it. Sorry.
Okay, so.
But you do have to put it inside a circle, and whoever wins gets sacrificed for the gods, and whoever loses, it basically just dies. Tough game.
These are the answers. So we've got Lolvi saying 1774, L saying 1826, Tiz saying 1928, James 1932, and me 1933. And now the question is, who do you think was the closest without going over? Find your bits of paper with that person's name on it and get ready to share. Everyone ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes. 3, 2, 1. Wolvie, Bez.
Oh, we voted for each other.
Okay, and the answer is 5. Ooh, 1891.
Wow.
Apparently, basketball got its name because it was originally played by shooting a ball into a peach basket.
Well, there you go.
Wow.
Who would have thought that?
A peach in a basket.
We were way off.
So, but Elaine was the closest, so gets a point. And Wolvie gets a point for having faith in Elaine. Well done, people. Now, on to round 3. According to the World Bank Database of Gender Statistics 2004, what percentage of the world's labor force, or workforce if you're not American, is female?
Oh, I think I already know this answer, but I'm based on...
You go first then.
No, it's James. James, it's your turn to go first.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not fair. If they already know the answer, I was going to copy them. Oh, never mind. Oh, I don't know. I would say it's a lot closer than people think. But probably not 50%. So I'd say somewhere around... I'd say somewhere around 40%, 35 to 40%, something like that. So let's go 37.
Pick a number. 37.
37.
Okay, we've got 37 nailed in for James. You reckon 37% of the world's workforce is female? Tis your choice.
Whew. I mean, I don't even know if the game can actually know this fact.
Well, it's according to the World Bank.
Okay. Whew. I'm gonna go for like 10%.
Okay. And Lovi?
I said I say 60%.
60.
60%, yes.
So not
Wow.
1660. Okay.
I'm never gonna win this
60.
game.
Okay. I will
I
go.
might be wrong because
I'm going to go for 38. Playing that. And Elaine?
42.
42. That's a good number. The ultimate answer.
Yes, well, yeah. It has to be right then, right?
But this might not be the ultimate question. So we've got, if I do that, hopefully you can see. And we've got Tiz on 10. James, 37. Bez, 38. Elaine, 42. And Lolvi on 60. Who do you think was the closest without going over? What percentage of the world's workforce is female? You have to make a guess. And is everyone ready?
Wait, sorry. Yes.
Okay. Let me just reduce the screens. And 3, 2, 1. What is
sorry.
Love, Tiz, James, L, Lolvi, Bez. So no one is sure. And the answer is 40%.
What?
wow.
So it was me.
Good job.
Oh,
Sam.
Who did I
Yeah.
vote for? Oh shit.
Who was it who voted for me?
Me.
Was it
Oh,
me?
so
That was pretty
Lolvi
close.
gets a point. You're up on 2. You're winning. Congratulations. And
Strangely.
I've now got my first point. Now this is round 3, so this time Tiz is going to start, or round 4 even. So, how many songs did Frank Sinatra have on the Billboard Hot 100 chart?
In total, I guess, right?
Lots.
Not like at once.
Yes, in total.
Oh man. More than one.
Less than 5,000.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the
I don't
middle
like
of the...
this game. It's too vague. I like the other game where you do the kind of choices. Or like, say, would you rather have Sinatra songs or something else? I don't know.
Tiz.
This is a hard.
So I have to start.
Yes.
I'm gonna
You
go
have the hardest
for.
job.
I mean, I'm so far off in every single one that I should just not go with my gut.
That makes sense.
I think I'm gonna go for 50.
5-0. Okay.
Can I retreat? No. Okay, never mind.
It's okay, Tiz. You're a
And this
wonderful
is-
person
and
and an amazing artist. It's okay to lose on board game.
Okay.
Is this Sinatra by himself or with other people as well in like a group or something? Or duetting?
It just says, how many songs did Frank Sinatra have on the Billboard Hot 100 chart? I'm afraid I
He
can't
did a lot
give
of
you any
songs
more
within-
information. I would assume that if it was with someone else, then that would count. Because they've still got 10, even if all 10 of them were with other people.
The solo songs, I can think of.
Anyway,
There's-
it's
there's
Lolvi to
fewer.
go next.
I said 9.
9? Okay.
9. I have no idea. I have no idea. I've listened to Frank Sinatra, but I never thought about like Billboard or stuff like that. I'm not interested in number.
Okay, I'm going to say 27. I don't know. Elaine.
Yeah. I mean, it probably was a lot.
Yeah, you are.
What did you say, Bez? Sorry.
I said 27. So the answers so far we've got
27,
59 or 27.
35.
35, and finally James.
I'll go for 10.
10.
Oh, blast. I'm going to be way out.
I don't know. I think that you're right. It says a lot, and maybe Lolvi will actually be the winner. We will have to see. So we've got sorry, not Lolvi. It is. So we've got Lolvi with 9, James with 10, me with 27, Elaine with 35, or Tiz with 50. And the question is, how many songs did Frank Sinatra have in the Billboard Top 100?
Who said 35? Hell. And then Bez is 27. Okay. I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to pick this. Has everyone picked a name?
Yeah.
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Elaine.
Oh,
Elaine,
what? Look at that.
James
did not-
and Bez. And the answer is...
Someone's got faith in me. I don't know why.
65.
Wow.
Sinatra hits number 1 with 3 songs: Learning the Blues, Strangers in the Night, and Something Stupid. Wow, so apparently New York.
None of those are my favourite Sinatra songs. It's interesting.
So I think it's only Elaine who gets a point. Sorry, not Elaine, Tiz.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, why?
I was like, why do I get a point? I mean,
Yeah, Tiz got a point
but
for...
no, yeah, Tiz did amazing there.
Thank you.
That was a good guess.
Yeah, well
Good
done.
job.
Maybe a secret Sinatra fan. I don't know.
No, I didn't. But I thought on the top 100, I think he was pretty big on its time. So I wanted to. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, I did
Thank
not
you.
understand it that way. I thought you meant how many of Sinatra's songs did make the best 100 of his time.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
No.
Nothing.
I think
It's okay. I'm not heartbroken over this. There is quite an advantage to have English as first or second language.
This is true.
And it's my third.
you'll get it next time. Don't worry.
It's
Or
okay.
you can just vote for me, and you know, and you'll be okay.
I
This is
could
true.
always vote for you. I could always vote for you.
The next question, which I
Vote of
put...
confidence.
Like you can vote for me because I don't know what I'm doing.
I put the next question on the banner. For how many hours per month did the average US... I mean, this is all based on statistics. So this was based on the University of California, Berkeley, How Much Information study in 2003. For how many hours a month did the average American adult talk on the telephone in the year 2003?
So it was before Facebook and Messenger and stuff. So I guess a lot. Like
Yes.
before internet.
How
we
many
were
hours
using
per day
the phone
or
all the time.
Per month.
per month? Ooh.
And we're starting off with Lolvi.
I say 30.
30. About one a day. That seems reasonable. I'm going to say,
How many hours a month?
I mean, in those days, they did have mobile phones. I'm going to, like, there's a lot of people who talk a lot, though, but there's some real introverts who barely talk. I'm going to say 40. Elaine.
Yeah, there was like, I'm trying to remember the past. I mean, there was like MSN Messenger and like Yahoo Messenger and things like that, right? So, I mean, I'm not sure it would have been as much as an hour a day. I'm gonna say 22.
22. That's a reasonable guess. I mean, I'm not going to call these answers, they're just pure guesses, plain and simple. James, how many hours per month do you think the average US talks on the telephone in 2003?
I have no idea. Guess it
Welcome to
depends
the club.
what their tariff's like, I suppose, isn't it? How many minutes they get
Oh,
included.
that's true.
Oh, yeah.
That was a thing.
In those days, it was rare to get a tariff that was more than 60 minutes a month or something like that, isn't it?
Oh, so are you going to go super low? Because remember, it's the closest without going over.
But then Americans do talk a lot, so they probably need a lot of
Oh
minutes.
wait, I went over with mine, no? In the Sinatra one.
No, you didn't
then
go
again,
over.
do they talk a lot on the phone rather than just talk a lot? I don't know. I'm going to say, I don't know, 2 hours a month.
2 hours a month. Okay.
That's not a lot, is it really? But
And tis.
who knows? Who knows?
I am going to go for a very high number because I feel like some people just talk a lot.
Okay.
And that might average out everybody else. I'm going to go, what do we have so far?
So we've got 2, 22, 30, and 40. So you can just pip 40 and go with 41.
Yeah, I'll go for 41.
Okay, that's totally fair.
Because also, we're looking at average people. I mean, average people are any age group, isn't it? So some age groups are going to be more talkative than others, and a lot of folks are going to be at work or too tired to talk, I suppose.
But is it talking on the phone at work also?
Oh.
Right?
That changes everything.
Yeah, we didn't even consider our work phone calls. But, you know, it's too late. We've given our answers. It's time for the penultimate round to happen. Okay. So, let me lower this. And
I
we
don't know
have...
the answer to this.
Pardon?
I don't know the answer.
So, we have James with 2, Elaine with 22, Lolvi with 30, me with 40, or Tiz with 41. So who do you think was the closest without going over? For how many hours per month did the average US adult talk on the telephone in 2003? I've made my choice. Has everybody else made their choice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And we're going to go 3, 2, 1. Can't see. Okay, James, Tiz, Bez, Tiz, Bez. And the actual answer is 16.17.
16.
16.
I should have said 12.
So
16, that's hardly any, isn't it?
Wow.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
I underestimated humanity.
Did anyone else vote for James other than me?
No.
Okay, so this is the scores on the doors are currently Bez, James, and Lolvi are in the lead with 2 points.
Yay!
2 whole points. Whereas
Just
Elaine and
one.
Tiz are coming up just behind with 1 point. I mean, almost as many, not quite as many. Now, for this final round, you are going to use your slips of paper, but you also have to write on it how many you're going to bet. So you're allowed to bet, in addition to the one that you get for free, you can bet. So Elaine and Tiz, you can bet up to 2 if you want.
Ooh.
James, Lolvi, and myself, we can bet up to 3. And it's basically either, if you're correct, you double that points. If you're wrong, then you lose them.
Oh dear.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's no good.
Yes.
Okay. And
Tiz,
so
we have to get this.
Yeah. There's no choice.
Yeah, there's no choice. This is our round. We're going to get these.
We're going to get this, definitely. The last would be the first,
okay.
as they say.
So we've got a decent question. This is not too US centric. This is all about accessibility. And
Wait, I lost my pen, I think. Do I need it? Yes. No?
yeah, you will. In a moment. So the Braille system, which enables the blind to read by touch, in what year was it invented? And we're going to have a little different system this time. We're also going to reveal our answers at the same time.
Oh, I used to know this. How annoying.
In what year was Braille invented? So, if everyone...
Don't know is the short answer.
Well, it's just about taking a guess, James. So just rubbing out everything to... Okay. I am going to guess this number. Okay, has everyone made a guess? In what year was Braille invented? In what year was Braille invented? Have you got an answer?
Yeah. I don't think it's right. Right.
Okay. In what year do you think Braille was invented? Everyone ready? 3, 2, 1, reveal. I think 1921. 1895 for Elaine. 1881 for James. 1935 for Tiz. And 1923 for Lolvi.
Nobody knows.
No.
So I probably need to get some more whiteboard markers, but I think I can still just about read this. And putting them in order, we've got going from earliest to latest. James with 1881, Elaine 1895, Bez 1921, Lolvi 1923, Tiz 1935. So who do you think was the closest without going over? Who do you think was the closest without
So I
going
can't read
over?
that. Sorry, who's the thing? Okay.
And this time, remember, you're allowed to bet additionally. So, Elaine and Tiz, you can bet 2 if you want.
Yeah, I'll go all in.
Everyone else can bet 3. But just write the number beside your...
Oh, I see. Sorry.
I'm going to bet... Okay. Oh no. Okay. I'm changing my... Oh no. Okay, I really don't know.
It's really hard.
Okay, I've made my choice. 3. Has everyone else made their choice? 3, 2, 1. For Elaine.
Oh, I took 3. I'm sorry. I mean 2. Sorry, I because you were saying about 3.
How are you going all in, James?
No, I'll have no. I'm not betting anything.
Oh, maybe I should go all in. Okay, I'm gonna go all in. 2.
Okay, Elaine, and that's a 2. Okay, so you
I do have faith in you, Elaine, but I just don't believe I don't know the answer.
I have no idea.
Lolvi, you only bet 2.
Yes, I only bet 2.
The answer is 1892.
Oh.
Wow. Sorry, 1829.
No!
1829. Wow. Everyone was wrong.
Wow, we were all wrong.
No.
It was invented in 1829,
Wow.
which means that everyone who bets loses everything. But Lolvi is left with 1.
But I was closest.
Wow.
No, there's no rule for that.
Okay.
Literally everyone loses, and so Lolvi has 1 remaining, but James has 2 remaining because he didn't gamble anything. So in the end, final analysis, James won. Congratulations,
Oh, wow,
James.
thank you. Good game.
And that was Wits and Wagers. Yeah, Wits and Wagers. I should say that I used a couple of house rules to make it work for the formats. Obviously, normally you put down the questions, like the answer simultaneously. That's always what you do because you've got your own little whiteboard. And you normally have 2 betting chips rather than just 1. And then at the end, you can split the bet 2 ways if you want. But it's just a bit too hard to do via this format. So I was like, yeah, just simplify it a tad. Quick, because these are the Tuesday trials, as I call them, I would like everyone to vote on a score of +2, complete neutrality, or -2. How much would you like to play this game again? Not right now, but in a similar format. This particular game, yeah, on a live stream. Does everyone have an idea in their head?
Yep.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, vote. Okay. Scott's a bunch of neutrals. Tiz really liked it, and James did not like it.
Even though I won,
I thought we were voting with numbers.
No, we were voting from +2 to -2.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
I enjoy the more banter sort of games where you have like stories or questions you ask and that kind of stuff. Make it more kind of free flowing.
I really enjoyed that, but I enjoyed the last question the most, I think, because the others were, like you said, I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just that I have no hope of knowing, really. I'm terrible at American history, or I wish the questions were easier.
yeah, is that we none of us had any hope, so that's why it
This
worked
is
for
true.
me.
This is very true. Yeah, that's a good point.
No, yeah, I like the format of the game. I don't. I also struggle with the questions a bit, but the format, I think, it's a good game that you can play.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
I mean, there's always the option to play Wits and Wagers and invent your own questions, and I've definitely played it on my birthday sometimes, and then everyone comes along with one personal question. So my question might be, how many London-based pole dance schools have I studied at? And that's kind. And then someone else had the question of how many miles did they cycle on during this particular competition? And so it's kind of these personal questions that it's kind of like getting to know you sort of thing. And that's really nice. But then it's the banter just emerges afterwards. And yeah, I think I can see James's points that they don't invite as much discussion, maybe.
How many pole dancing schools have you been to, Bez?
I'd actually have to think about it. In Glasgow, in total, like in Glasgow, I think there's about 4. In London, there's I think it's about 3 or 4 in London. I'm not sure. I think it's 4 again in London, same as in Glasgow, interestingly, even though you'd think it might be more here. But
I feel like I should write that down in case that comes up at some
I'm
point
not going to
again
ask
on the Wits and Wagers.
I will make sure to not ask the same personal Wits and Wagers question again. But I mean, I used to actually run this for Aircon, and if anyone's come over because Mark Cook gave a shout out on the page, hello anyone who's from Aircon. And yeah, we ran Wits and Wagers, and it was questions like how many words are on the back of the box of code names. And so something, because the idea is that you shouldn't be able to know this, but you have a vague clue, do you know what I mean? Or one of them, I just asked them, how many languages has Yogi been sold inside so far?
Or how many words are in that big chart thing that you've got for that leather game, isn't it?
Like how many words are in the title of this game?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the day when that's reality. But moving on, let me ask everyone, what is something that we've enjoyed recently? So, recent highlights, tasting tastes and seeing sights. Recent highlights. For me, a recent highlight is actually just being in the garden. I know I go there every day, but I do enjoy it. And today I was doing a little bit of reading. I'm going to... Oh, why is that book not there? I was expecting it to be right there and to be able to grab it. But I had this book by Jeff Wardner, I want to say. They actually sent me the book for free, and just being able to say, okay, you know what? I'm not feeling... I just feel like I want to sit out in the garden and, yeah, just do a bit of reading. And it's a book all about board game design, and sometimes it's important, if I want to kind of carry on improving, to read what other people are saying about the subject. And there's some interesting frameworks in there, but more importantly, it was just really nice to sit out in the garden, see some birds going by, see the cherries developing that are coming down. There's plants that I planted back in January that's now sprouted 2 raspberries, and there's 3 other ones coming on the way that are completely green, but the 2 raspberries that I had were actually tasty. So I feel like I planted it and it was only this tall, and now like
that's
it's
amazing.
meant to be, but it's like
raspberries can be quite an invasive species. So yeah, are they in a pot, or are they just planted?
No, they're in the garden, and I'm actually going to get a pallet because I have these pallets by the front door. I'm going to take one and then hopefully it can climb all over it, because that would be really nice, having a palette that's just completely covered by this raspberry plant.
Okay, cool.
So that is
that will spread. That bush that will grow big.
I think it's one of these things that anyone who's in the house afterwards will get pleasure from it. And by these...
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So Elaine, what is a recent highlight from you?
I'm afraid it's about dogs again. Sorry, I do have other interests. So I got to get to pet a guide dog recently, which, you know, you can't normally pet guide dogs because they're at work and they have a very important job, and you can't distract them from their job. But there is a guide dog who goes to the same park that I take our dog to, and he has a run around in the park as his like off time. So he came up to me and I got to pet him. So I really, really enjoyed that.
Oh, lovely. And James, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I just had to get up a second. Sorry. Yeah, I'm still here.
And what's your recent highlight?
Well, the reason why I had to get up a second is I wanted to show you my recent highlight. It's that I've been growing these little plants in my house, right? And I don't know if you can see it or not. Where's my thing here? There it is. So one of the things we've got is like these little violas.
Oh,
and I've noticed
adorable.
they're the same colour as the non-binary flag of purple, white, yellow, and black. So I was like happy with that actually. So I think just in time for Pride as well. So I'm going to see what other plants we can get that are like Pride flag coloured plants. I'm quite liking that.
Oh,
That's beautiful. It's lovely.
Yeah, they are quite pretty, and they just sort of naturally grow that colour. I didn't do anything to it, so yeah, I'm quite happy with that actually.
awesome. And
Thank you.
Tiz,
Me?
yeah, we're going grounds in a circle.
I had fish and chips on the weekend.
Ooh.
Nice.
So it was nice. It was nice because I just haven't had it in a very, very, very long time. And it was fresh fish. I also did a sticker mural that I installed yesterday. I'll show you a picture. I don't know if you can see it. No, you're not going to be able to see it.
You can share your screen on this, you know, Tiz. There's a little button on the bottom. You can share the screen.
Yeah.
And I allow the screen on.
I see. Let me first find the pictures in my computer. But yeah, it was pretty nice. So it was a project that I've been working for a few days now, and finally I got to install it the other day. So very, very excited.
Awesome.
About that.
And seeing the project finally come to fruition.
Yes. I don't know. Oh, am I sharing my screen? No.
Not yet. You need to select which parts of the screen that you do. And
okay. Wow, this is complicated.
To come back to you while you are working out.
Yeah, of course. Definitely.
Lolvi. The French then.
Yeah, I like it's silly. I have downloaded an app on my phone that helped me wake up at the appropriate time, like in the good time in my sleep cycle, because I struggle a lot with sleeping and especially sleeping enough, and it has worked tremendously. Like I'm feeling much more energized. And
that's nice.
It doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm struggling with chronic illness, so feeling a little bit more of energy make me able to concentrate on my project and to focus a lot more during the day. So I'm really glad.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad that it's
brilliant.
working out for you.
What is the name of the app?
Yes.
Yeah, it's. I have like the free version, so you might have like a lot of other options if you pay the price. But the name of the app is Sleep Cycle. I'm trying to show
Sleep Cycle.
it to you. sleep cycle, and then you like choose a time when you want to wake up. And you can also put nice ASMR if you want to listen, for example, to the rain or the wind.
Ooh.
So
I
like
don't. I just
that.
need to like yeah, I just need to open my window if I want to hear the sound of the rain or of the bird. But if you live in the city and you want to hear a nice natural sound, you can also do that.
That's so cool.
In that-
Yes.
Let me see if I can share my
I've
screen.
got a little alarm. So
Oh wow, what's going on? Can you see it?
Suspense.
Oh
Yes.
wow, yeah.
What have we got now? I
It's
can't.
still downloading.
Hold on. So this is some close-ups.
Hello.
oh, cool.
I don't see it yet. This is so frustrating.
It's amazing.
Amazing. Finally.
So lots of different coloured
Amazing.
faces and things. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it has like
Wow.
different parts. And here is like inspired by board games. I did a sun clock.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Just kind of adding a bit of colour to everything and making it look
Yeah,
fun
exactly.
and festive. Awesome.
It's
That's
amazing.
lovely.
So yeah. Woo! Okay.
That was brilliant.
Sorry. Thank you.
Well, that was a nice wee intermission and affirmation, and thank you everyone for sharing that. We're going to finish off by playing a quick version of MELL, which we've played a few times before. This is a game that I invented for my own L deck, as named after Elaine, obviously.
Thank you.
And in MELL, you're going to use up to one letter from each card. I mean, you could not use the letter, but if you don't use the letter, you're giving up points. So you really want to use one of the letters from each card. Here you'd be using an I or a B. You're going to then either start or extend one of your words. If you at the start of the game, you're going to be using the first letter of the word. You could also use it as a one-letter word, because it's all about making teeny tiny words that are 1, 2, or 3 letters long. So the I like cats, or A, as in a cat is equally as good as a dog, or O, like, oh, where is my cat? These are the 3 one-letter words. And then all the 2-letter and 3-letter words, you probably know, if you are on your computer, you are allowed to check Scrabble Dictionary or Collins or Merriam-Webster, and it can be literally in, yeah, this might be a little bit trickier for you, Lolvi, but you can use the
Also,
French
I don't
words
have
if
the
you want.
game.
Oh, wait, were you wanting to head off now? Are you quite tired?
Yeah, I am quite tired, but I would join you for this game another time. And let it be said, I'm not leaving because I'm feeling challenged by playing in English. I'm leaving because I'm tired. Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
Lolvi
nice
did
meeting you.
let us know at the start. But before you depart, can you quickly tell us, if it's not too much to ask, something you're looking forward to?
Oh, yeah, there are so many things I'm looking forward to. I guess I'm really looking forward to going back to London in January for the Smoke Festival.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's really something I'm holding on to, because I'm working on some projects that I hope that will play on during the Smoke. So really, I am really, and just I want to see my friend in London.
Fingers crossed.
Aw.
Yeah, that would be lovely. And then we could hang out in real life if things were back to normal. So for those who don't know, the
Yes.
Smoke is a LARP festival run by many great people, including Mo Holkar, Laura Wood, and many other people. And if you're into LARP and stuff, you should check it out. But it might or might not run next year, because who knows what the world will be like in January 2021. But yeah, I've got a strong
Of course,
suspicion.
if you're local to London, you could always pop into Bears and have some of that port de la. What's the word for that?
Portofeu.
Portofeu. That's the one.
Oh no, I can like bring cookies, but I don't think I could bring pot of feu because it would require me to bring liquid.
Oh no,
And this is
you'd be
for
No,
the-
you'd be a
James is saying
guest.
that I would make the portofeu.
Oh, that could be nice, yes.
But obviously, all of this is way down the line. But it's been lovely to have you, Lolvi, and hopefully we will have you again at some point in the not too distant future, maybe on the next live stream.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. It was really lovely. I liked it.
It's lovely to
Sleep
meet
well.
you.
Fun. See
Bonsoir.
you.
What's
Bonne
well?
nuit.
Goodbye.
So, with this game, we're not going to play through the entire L deck. We are going to... I've not even told you about the scoring or anything. There's so much I've not told you about this game.
Are we allowed to go left or right of the word, or just to the right of the word?
You've got the first letter you put down on a word has to be the first letter. The second letter you put down for a word has to be the second letter. And so forth.
Oh.
And how many rows do you get?
3. So you're allowed
3
to
words.
work on up to 3 words at a time, if that makes sense. So
Okay.
if I got the card AP, for example, I might choose to put down an A because that's a 1-letter word. And then if I got TG, I might say, okay, I'm going to put down T after the A. Now, if I then got EP, I might choose to put P on a new line. And because you can always be working on up to 3 things at a time. And as soon as you've crossed off one of your 3 words, yeah,
And
sorry, I
what happens
was
to words
confused.
with more than 3 letters?
Well, you still only score 3 points for it. So 1-letter words score 1 point, 2-letter words score 2 points, 3-letter words score 3 points, but if you've got a perfect set of a 1, 2, and a 3-letter word, then you score a bonus 4. So ideally, you want to make... We're going to play through 18 cards only. So ideally,
say
you want
1,
to
2,
make
and
3
3,
of each.
Is that on the same line or just in any line?
Just having made them anywhere.
Okay, cool.
And to start off the game, what you should do, I'm going to give a little demonstration, is to write 1, 2, and 3+ in the top corner of your sheet of paper. And again, if anyone's watching, you can join in. This is just going to be the bit where you score. So this is not where you write the letters. If I look for... oh, here we go. Here's my thing from last week. So I made a little tick whenever I made a word. So when I make a 1-letter word, I make a little dot here. If I make a 2-letter word, I make a dot here. If I make a 3+ letter word, I make a dot here. And when I make a word, I kind of cross it off and then I carry on. Does that make sense?
Are we allowed
think
wild
so.
cards?
You're not allowed any wild cards.
Oh. Okay, that's different.
I have a question. Sorry, I think I missed something between all of this. Do I have to choose a word when do I choose the word?
You're writing the word as the game goes along. So, if we start, the first card is I or L. You need to choose one of these, and only one of these letters. And you just write it down on your little bit of paper, and I'll confess that I chose the I, which is why there's an I on my bits of paper, because I'm like, yeah, that's a 1-letter word. I could use that if I need to. And or I could have chosen L because I might be thinking, okay, there's a lot of words that start with L. It's up to you. So has everyone written down their first letter? Now the second letter is O or V. You're allowed to either put this down as one of them as the second letter to the right of the first letter you put down, or you could put it down on its own line. And remember that O is valid as a one-letter word. So O or V, as the Beatles said, of. Of is all you need. Cards number 3, U. E or W. Again, you could start a new word or extend a different one. And
I
this is
have a word already.
if you choose to score that, what you would do is strike a line through it and then make a little dot. So what's your word?
Ice.
Can you I've.
Like.
Let me just. Oh, you're not allowed contractions.
Oh. I've.
Okay.
I like that word.
Okay, so what do I do now?
I'm just.
Can I reorganize my letters?
Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to. The Scrabble dictionary, which I normally use, seems to have gone down on Merriam-Webster. So let me look up Collins just to, on the off chance that it is. Thing.
I mean, it is a contraction.
Oh, I've not got a solution to this right now. I don't know what everyone else thinks. I'm thinking you could we could just allow it. We could just allow it as a free letter.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's fair.
It is your first time playing, so I think, you know, give people a bit of leeway. Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys. That's very nice.
So the fourth letter, I or U.
Oh no.
So you and I both need to decide whether to do I or U. And this is what my bit of paper looks like.
Same as yours. Mine's the same as yours.
I could cross off one of these, but I'm not doing it yet because I want to see what comes up.
You could cross off all three of them, right? Because you have because I is valid, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But I'm wanting to leave them in case I get it or
Yeah, of course, yeah.
A or W.
Oh gosh.
Aww. And I'm scoring O as a 2-letter. So I crossed off a little line and made a dot next to 2. Moving on. After A or W, we have A or G. Again, grab one of these.
Okay, I can make a word.
Scoring a 1-letter A to put a A next to it.
Do we have to show everybody when we?
No, we don't have to show everyone. More, I'm just showing everyone so that everyone understands the game as it's going along. When you've made a complete set, it's worth kind of saying that, like when you've made a complete set of 1, 2, and 3. O or C? I'm hoping to use one of these to make a 3-letter word. We'll see what happens. I'm banking on a particular letter. O or C? Do you see? Next one, if everyone is ready, is R or H. R or H. I hope
Okay, I think I have 1 and 2 and 3 now. If with the I.
Nice. What was
But
your
I'm not-
3-letter word? I've.
I've
What were your 1 and 2s?
or and I.
Nice. So, we're 10 cards away from the end of the game. O or F?
Okay, but so we start again, all of us, or me, or who?
No, all of us just carry on.
Okay.
We're going through all 18 cards, and maybe this will be something that helps you finish one of your cards or finish another. We've got A.
Oh, yes.
E
Oh,
or
no,
Y.
that's not what I
Or
wanted, is it?
Yes. I've got R, like we are. We are playing a game. And that gives me my first set of 1, 2,
I've got
and
a set as well.
Oh, I don't yet have a
Nice.
set. That's what I need, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all about making the equal numbers of
Sets.
1, 2, and 3. This game was definitely inspired a lot by Reiner Knizia. I or B?
Okay. Right. Cool. I'm having that.
I'm Bez, and I believe I am done. A or M? I think. Okay. A or M? We've only got 6 cards left.
Oh,
T
no.
or H?
Oh, gosh, sorry.
And I managed to make my second 3-letter word. Bat. This is my...
T
Bat.
or H? Okay.
Bat. This is the helpful letter that may or may not be helpful. We've got E or P.
Oh, that's not a word. Oh, yes, that is. Okay. Oh, no, this is bad. How many cards left?
After this one, there's 4.
Oh,
So there's exactly enough to get 3 sets.
I see.
E or P, and I am using that to make my second set with op.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay.
R or B? Oof.
Oh, no. Okay.
Is this really bad for you, Elaine?
I'm just not very good at doing the 2s.
I have a question. Does this word
Try.
exist?
Which
I
word?
have my Scrabble dictionary here.
AGHR?
Like,
No, I think
Oh,
R
no.
is spelled ARGH. Yeah, ARGH.
okay, well, that's a waste. Okay.
AGH is also not in the dictionary, sorry. Sorry, Tiz.
It's fine.
Putting that down, we've got 3 cards remaining. N or H. Boom! Boom! That is the N I've been waiting for all game. Ion! Ion, I'm so happy.
Nice.
So we lost?
No, not yet.
We're just waiting until there's 2 more cards. This is N or H. So now, have you used one of these letters?
Yes.
Okay. Penultimately, R or M.
What if I can't do anything with those letters?
potentially you might have to ignore it, but that's never a happy thing to do.
Because I have, so this is, I'll show you what I have right now. So I have like a random N, a random T, and a random B. So like now I have a random R or M as well.
I mean, you could scribble off one of the other ones and not as a word and put this down. So you can say, yeah, I'm just abandoning that. And if you think that R or M is a better thing to have, because M, there's a few things that come after it. But
I'm going to put it next to the B and hopefully be able to make a word out of that.
you know what? I've realized that I'm not going to be able to make all the sets, so I'm just going to put it there. And finally, we have N or Z.
I don't think bruise is a word.
I've got my second set then.
Oh, wow. That helps you.
Yes.
Nice.
But it doesn't help me win the game, but you have to get at least just 2 sets.
So in the final analysis, the way that you count is you look at each set and then you'd count them. So I'd count 1, 2 sets. So I've got 20 points plus 3, and 3 points for the 3 letter is 23. And I scored 23 points.
So I have 1 set. I'll show you what I have.
Then.
So I have 1 set, and then like, where
plus
is my
1
here?
plus 3 plus 3. So that looks like 17.
17. Okay. Thank you.
What about mine?
So 15.
15. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
And
I can see that on the screen.
Oh.
Oh wow, 22.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So the 2 people who've played it before did the best. So
I think we could do with a wild card character on this one. I don't like playing it without wild cards.
Well, I mean, you still got fairly close to the thing, and by the way, James, your phone's kind of, you can tilt it slightly up.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, with the wild cards, it's not meant to be super easy. But we used to play back when this was invented with all 48 cards, which we did for a while. And the maximum score that way, I want to say, was 80. And we had people managing to get 7. We had, when you managed to get like more than 70, you felt really accomplished, if you know what I mean. But now it's like, okay, 30, so it's kind of like just a tighter game. And I'd be interested to hear what you think. Would you like to try it a second time right now? Because it's fairly short now, you know what you're doing. Give it another go.
Yeah, if everybody else does.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to try again because I think I just got a hook of it. Like, I didn't know if I can have, like, multiple words existing at the same time.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's a big part of the game.
I need to make another phone call. I need to dash off. But I've really enjoyed tonight. Thank you.
Well, it's been lovely having you with us, James. Can you, before you head off, tell us something that you're looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to receiving some Kitty Cataclysm stickers in the post, hopefully.
Oh. I hope that you get them very soon. I'm sure that the person responsible for sending them is going to do her utmost.
No, I mean, you know, it's beautiful weather as well, you know, this week, and you know, shops are starting to open now, and you know, we could do a few more things. I had an ice cream this week. The ice cream vans came round, and they're selling them in these kind of like plastic trays rather than on the cone, so it's a little bit more hygienic, I suppose. But I still ate a lot of that, so it was good. Yeah, I mean, you can do a few things more now. It's a bit more interesting, and life's good, really, isn't it?
Awesome. So it's
On the
good
most
to hear
part.
that you are faring well, and thank you for joining us, and hopefully see you at some point in the not too distant future.
Yeah, thank you very
Lovely to
much.
meet you, James.
Yeah, it was nice
Lovely
to
to meet
meet you.
everyone here. Thank you. Lovely to meet you both.
Bye.
Okay, I have shuffled the cards and we're about to start 3 MELL once again.
Okay.
I'm going
Oh, I need to write the 1, 2, and the 3. Okay.
5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 cards, which is just enough to potentially be able to get 30 points. Will anyone be able to beat the current high score of 23? Because this is the first time we've played it with 18 cards. We played it with, I believe, 24 cards last week, which seemed to work well. And so Dale was like, why not take it down a notch to 18? So 1, 2, 3 plus. Everyone
How do you
ready?
decide? How do you decide which 18 to put in,
Oh,
or
it's
which
completely
24 to put in?
random.
Completely
So
random.
in theory, I think there might be no vowels at all.
That that was my issue right at the end. Just no vowels.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
But the nice thing here is that everyone's in the same situation. So it's not like, okay, I only did badly because there weren't any vowels. It's like, well, someone else did better.
Yeah, I'm still blaming the deck though. It's nothing to do with me.
If you say so. Yeah. But yeah, this is a very high variance game. And honestly, even when it was 48 cards, you might have the last 5 cards all being vowels. And
Of course, yeah.
it kind of comes down to, okay, you might have bad luck, you might have good luck, and how do you make the best of what you're dealt?
Mm.
Like a lot of rolling rights or flipping rights. Pardon me. Everyone ready?
Mm.
T or C. This is Tom Cauldron's favourite card.
Who?
For Tom Cauldron, the creator of Categorical. Have you played that one?
No.
Categorical is the game for the L deck, which is, I ran a Kickstarter saying that it's going to be the first version of the L deck with only 1 set of rules in the box. So it's all going to be graffiti inspired. I've got...
Oh, yes, I know the one you mean. Yes. Sorry. Yeah, absolutely. I know that. Yes.
And
sorry, I
it's
just
the
didn't
one where
remember
you're shouting and there's a little bit of a tug of war with the categories.
Yes. I just didn't remember the name. Sorry.
That's all good. So that was designed by Tom Cauldron.
No.
Hi, Tom. You're watching. OF. Speaking of cards.
Oh, it's a word? Like
O is a word. A, I, and O are all 1-letter words. A lot of this game is about making words that can be extended into other words.
Mm.
Third card, I or you. Again, this card comes up for you and I. You and I have written I or you. Now, it is A or M. A or M. I think. I'm making the word Tom because Tom is, of course, a type of cat. And so
Tom is a type of cat?
Tom. Yeah, like a Tom. It's actually a word.
Okay.
I or B. I'm bringing you this card, and I believe you should use one of these 2 letters. We've got N or Z. Well, it's better now than at the end.
It's very true.
I've made in.
I also made in.
Oh, nice. Great minds think alike. R or M. R or M? We all got one of these down. Next, it's I or L. I or L. I'm looking at these letters and I like one of them. T or M. Oof.
Oh, I have to check a word.
It's fine. I've got
I
a
have a
difficult
set already.
decision because I've got by, or I could get it to bit. It's like the relative difficulty of 2-letter versus 3-letter. Yep. I'm making bit. It's my second 3-letter word. So, moving on. R or H? Read here. Choose one. R or H? Now we're a bit over halfway through the game. O or D? O or D? Just going to double check. Mo is definitely a word.
Ho, like ho ho.
Yes, that's definitely a word.
Awesome.
I'm not sure if Mo is a word.
Like mo, like the
I
cow.
thought Mo like moustache.
In the Scrabble dictionary, it says "mo" is short for moment. Like I'll be back in a mo.
Yeah, there we go. It's in Collins. Great. E or P?
Yes. Yes.
Oh no.
E or P?
I did a.
Is that a word? No, maybe that's not a word.
Darn, I'm realizing that I don't have any 1-letter words.
No, it's not a
many
word.
of them. E or P? Every person needs to choose E or P.
I think I already have a second set.
Wow. You might win this. There are 6 cards left.
Should I prove or not?
Well, you've played perfectly up until now if you've got 2 sets.
Okay.
I mean, we can talk about your words at the end, I guess.
I mean, I choose a word that maybe is not very politically correct. I'll show you because I don't even know if you write it like that.
Oh, I think that's fine.
That's the gardening tool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you.
HOE is the gardening tool.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was politically incorrect because you meant everything. Okay, moving on.
No, it's without the E, it might mean something else.
It means like what Santa Claus does. Like ho, 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 right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
T or G?
Oh.
Oof. I don't like this. Okay. T or G? This is... I'm grinning, but this is torture. T or
I'm
G?
not doing good at all.
Coming up to the end.
Yes, yes.
It's O or H?
I have 2 sets.
I'm crossing off he and putting O, crossing it off as a 1. So I finally got my first set. Finally.
Yay.
I think I'm definitely not getting perfect score, but we'll see how well we do. S or B? Oh, damn. Darn. S or B? So, Bez is putting this one away and picking up the penultimate card, which is
So
TRL. What kind of cards are these?
Let me see if this is a word. I don't think it is.
So
No, it's not. Never mind.
Oh,
Oh. Nope.
yeah.
I was
I'm not-
hoping that ML was a word, like short for milliliters, but it's not. So
Hmm.
Don't think you can have those kinds of abbreviations.
no.
But finally, hopefully we've got to Val. We will find out. I or Q? Okay, I'm going to just take the I as a one letter.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't even do that.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I'm
can
doing
cross
that.
off the thing before, so I crossed off the B just to
Oh, I can?
even. Yeah,
Oh,
you can
okay.
cross off something.
Okay. Oh dear. Okay, cool.
And in the final analysis, let me make myself so. I score
Oh, sorry.
22 points because there's 2 full sets plus a 2-letter is for 2. 22.
21, I think. Whoops, sorry, I'm moving it the wrong way. It's backwards for me.
Ooh.
21.
Well, that's a lot better than your first score.
I know, yeah, it is.
I don't know if everything's right, but you can check it out if you want.
Wow,
one letter-
25.
Wow.
That's no,
Did I
24.
roll? Okay.
24. So
Yeah, you still
you've
win
got
though.
I. What was your
Ho,
I
hob.
and I?
Yeah.
Who, hob,
Yeah, I got
and
3 O's.
cat, or and in.
In.
That was really nice. Well done, sis.
Amazing.
I mean, I'm surprised because I always consistently lose at these games. I don't know what's going on.
Well, that's
Well, not this
really
time. You won this time. Yay!
Yeah. So this time,
And it's
yeah, it says
on
one.
Facebook forever. That's proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, forever you'll be able to link to this and say, yeah, tonight on the, what is it, 16th of June, Tis Creole beat Bez and Elaine at Mini Free Mel. On me.
That's right. That's right.
So can I ask, having played it a couple of times now, what do you think of this game? Not tonight, but in general, how would you feel about playing the game again? +2, neutral, or don't want to play it at all for sure? So, okay, 3, 2, 1, show. Okay, awesome.
But like, yeah, more like somewhere there.
Like,
1.5.
Yeah.
And do you have any comments about the length of it, particularly? Especially, I want to ask, do you think it was long enough? With the 18 cards, do you think like it felt like a complete game?
For both of us. Sorry, for both of us.
Yeah, I'm just asking. What did you think of the length? Was it a good length?
I thought it was fine. Like it's a quick filler. It's a very quick, and I think because it is so random. If it was very 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 long, it could be quite frustrating if at the end, because you've only got a certain amount of letters. If at the end you just got consonant after consonant or vowel after vowel after vowel, and you ended up really really stuck, that could be quite frustrating because you're continually crossing out stuff to write more stuff in.
Yeah.
But because it was really snappy and really quick, it didn't matter. It was over before you knew it, and it was nice when I did make a word. I was like, yes, I've got a word. This is amazing. It was very satisfying to get a word. So yeah, no, I don't think it was too short.
Awesome.
I also feel that for the format of doing this online in a video call, the shorter the better in general terms. And also because you're allowing people to join and be able to play whoever is watching. So in that sense, I think that the shorter is the better in that. And it does feel like a complete game, subscribing to the same comment, because if you don't have anything, then you know you're going to lose and you still have a long way to go, you know?
So if it's not too short, let me ask, do you think it would be worth trying with 12 cards rather than 18? So then the maximum score would be 20. So the perfect score would be 2 3 letters, 2 2 letters, and 2 1 letter words. And that would be incredibly short.
I mean, without trying it, I don't know. But I quite liked the length of it because it was long enough to build up different words and not be frustrating if the right letters weren't coming out. You know, it was long enough to wait for a letter to come out a little bit. But yeah, no, I don't know without trying it, but I like the length of it. Like Tiz said, for the stream particularly.
Well, thank you very much for giving it a go. It's been lovely having you join in and like seeing your faces and playing some games together and having this little bit of connection. Before we depart, I would like to ask you both to share something that you are personally looking forward to. I mean, for me, it's easy to sort of say, well, I'm looking forward to getting this other thing done. Like, I am looking forward to having all the things addressed and going to the post office and sending them. But I'm not necessarily looking forward to, it's not because I love going to the post office especially, but more because, you know, I'll feel good about it when it's done. But then there's the question, like, in my mind, is that genuinely a thing that I'm looking forward to? Because it's a little bit different if you're just looking forward to it being over in some ways. And sometimes it's like, yeah, you know what, maybe I do need to sit back and say, yeah, you know what, I do actually enjoy sitting down and drawing on envelopes and watching a podcast or, well, watching a YouTube kind of live stream where they're chatting with each other and they don't really need to see the screen, or listening to a podcast, I should have said. And so, yeah, I think maybe that's what I'm looking forward to. And my hope, like my daily hope, my small personal hope is to kind of be able to take enjoyment in the moment, and rather than being always looking forward to the thing being done, being able to say, okay, I'm enjoying the action. And I'm looking forward to slowing down a little bit and enjoying the moment. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
So yeah, that's a thing that I'm going to say that I'm looking forward to it. As far as looking forward to things goes, I'm looking forward to sitting down, listening to things, and drawing lots of cats. And also little creatures with only one eye.
Oh.
Elaine. And they have no arms, by the way, Tiz, just so you know.
No. Not everything can be perfect, yeah?
Yeah. So, Elaine, do you have a thing that you're looking forward to?
Yes, I do. So we are planning to record a podcast tomorrow, so I'm quite looking forward to doing that. But I'm also on a much smaller, I guess, scale. I got sent some flowers, and they're all in the buds. So my parents sent me some flowers. They're all in the buds, so I'm looking forward to watching them come into flowers. Yeah, unfold. Yeah, into flowers.
Is it like in a little plant pot? Do you have a garden or is kitchen?
No, also I've been growing a few different flowers recently. I've got some roses in the house. I've got some basil in the house. I've got calancho, which is this big green.
I would not have thought that you could make roses in a house.
Oh well, it's
a rose
a
need a big rose bush.
It's like a miniature rose. I've managed to keep it alive for a few months now, which is an achievement for me. But no, they sent me cut flowers. So I'm just looking forward to watching them. But I like flowers and plants, and yeah, generally, it's just nice to have something green or colourful and bright in the house.
That sounds lovely, and yeah, being kind of in touch with other organisms as they grow up and blossom.
Yeah.
I agree. I also have quite a few plants, and I have basil, and I have mint, but also some cut flowers that were not for me, but they arrived in a box, which was very interesting. Because the box seemed quite small, and then you open it and you take that out, and then they blossom, and it's quite fantastic.
I think I have the same thing. They came through the post box.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So bizarre.
It is,
but they blossomed. I forgot the name of the flower, and the smell is so intense that it's crazy how you enter to the room and you can immediately smell the flowers, where in most cases you have to really approximate the flower to actually get a scent. So it's really nice. So if it is the same and you have the same plant, then you're in for a fragrance experience.
Oh, wow.
But we'll see about that.
That's really nice. It was quite strange. I heard the postman wrestling with the door, with the letterbox this morning, and I was like, "What are they trying to get through the letterbox?" And then I looked, and there were these like flowers in a really flat box. It's so weird, isn't it? But it was such a lovely surprise.
Also, you weren't expecting them. Your parents just kind of said, "You know what, Elaine would make Elaine smile." Flowers.
Yeah, I mean, because I live quite far away from my parents anyway, and they obviously I haven't been able to see them at all recently.
You've been able to see each other online, presumably.
Yeah. So we've been doing that a bit, and we've been sending each other little things in the post, just to say, I'm thinking of you.
Yeah, that's lovely.
That's very lovely.
The physicality and the tactile nature of something, or even even if it's kind of being sent through someone else or bought as a flower delivery thing, let alone something when it's like a little letter or postcard, because that kind of feels so much more meaningful than just a little email. Or text.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
And did you have anything that you wanted to add?
In terms of what I'm looking forward, or in general in life?
Firstly, in terms of what you're looking forward to, and then just in general before we wrap up.
I have a deadline on the 25th, and it's been such an intense load of work, and most of the things, without really getting into it too much, it's new to me, and it's just way too much. So I'm really looking forward for that deadline. So the day after that.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
So
I'm enjoying the ride. I'm just stressed. Yeah. So I'm enjoying the process, but I definitely could use some like time out without having to think about this, and so that's something I'm looking forward. And on that note, on the same level of it, as soon as I finish this project and go through this deadline, then I can start doing some free artwork, and that's what I call when I just do art just by the sake of doing art, without having it to do for a open call or for a certain exhibition or so on. So just do it because you want to do something, and very spontaneous and very nurturing for me. So I'm really looking forward for that too.
Awesome.
It's gonna take a while, but you know what? It'll come sooner or later.
Having the freedom to do what you choose, and I think it's really important to make time for those things that we enjoy. Because like today, I was doing little bits of reading, because it's like sometimes I'm like, oh, I need to do this. It kind of feels like you've always got to do the things that are spinning the wheels, if you know what I mean. But taking time out to be like, okay, actually, this is what I'm trying to do as a living long term. So it's important that I do read what other people have to say about design. And yeah, I absolutely enjoy. But I
Yeah.
enjoy reading, but it's also like kind of taking a step back. But then, I mean, even not what Tiz is talking about is even more than that. Saying, you know what, let's just experiment, let's explore, let's kind of give ourselves freedom to create just for the sake of creation, and
Yeah,
get
it's
back
really
in
nice.
touch with that joy, which I think is lovely. And it makes me feel, yeah, how can I infuse maybe a little bit of, yeah, change up the envelopes. Maybe, you know what, just for you, Elaine, I'm going to draw at least 2 dogs.
Maybe a dog's bottom also. I enjoyed the cat bottom trophy. I don't want to say the naughty word, just in case.
I mean, we're allowed to say ass on.
Are we? Okay.
I think. So
I wasn't
yeah,
sure.
the stickers on the thing. It's PG rated.
Okay.
So these are the stickers that thingy what James was talking about. The cat burglist, the catch, the cat snap, cat cheer, the musician. Musician. The pyramid scheme.
I love that one.
The catalogue, and I can't quite find actually the one that we were just talking about. Oh, here we go. The cat's ass trophy.
It's the best one.
Because of the pun.
I just like the little star in the middle.
But the thing is that cats actually just wander around showing you their bum. Dogs don't do it in quite the same way.
No.
Dogs kind of just nose into you and are like, hey, I want to show you my nose. I want to lick you. I want to kind of climb on you. I want to go around you and paw at you. Yeah, dogs are like full on. Cats are like, yeah, just showing you my bum. That's how like dismissing you.
I don't understand cats. We had a cat as our neighbour that was lovely, and I got on very well with. I don't dislike cats at all. I just don't really understand them, and I sort of tried to play with the cat like I would play with a dog, and she did not like that at all. But you know, I do like them. I like all animals, to be honest. We just have a house full of animals, I think.
I like cats because I think they have like a very strong personality in comparison to dogs. Not saying that dogs don't have personality, of course, but I always say like a dog is like having a pet, and having a cat is more like having a roommate.
Yeah, maybe.
A demanding roommate. Well, I don't know. With my cat experience, I'm a cat person. My house is a cat household, fundamentally. So I know I have learned to understand cats very well because I grew up with them.
Right. That makes
but
sense.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely joy to be had in any animal companion, whether it's cats, dogs, or indeed, as Dan says, horses.
Yeah, of course.
And
I think whatever suits you, your personality and what suits you, that's the perfect animal.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
But
yeah, I would love to have any companion of any kind, especially at this time. So yeah, even like a fish or a turtle would be nice.
That has been the show, and if folk want to find you on the internet, Tiz, how can people do that?
You can find me on any social media, Instagram at Tiz, as you can see down there in my name, CREEL, so Tiz Creel, on Instagram, or that's also my webpage, or I think anywhere really, even my email.
TIZCREEL.
That's correct.
As for you, Elaine?
Sorry.
No, just.
I'm Nixtpun on Twitter, and you can also find me at nopunincluded.com.
And as for myself, I am stuffbybez.com, twitter.com/stuffbybez, instagram.com/stuffbybez. twitch.tv/stuffwithbez, facebook.com/thingsbybez, because Facebook does not let you have F and B next to each other in their URL. However, you can search for Stuff by Bez on Facebook and you will still find me. Or indeed, you can email me at stuffbybez@gmail.com. And all that we have left to do is to say bye, 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 bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Do-do-do-do. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, 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 bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye-bye.